kids, where are you? It's time for all the art to tell stories.
Mimi was no ordinary cat. She had a heart full of colors and a head brimming with ideas. But no matter how hard she tried, her paintings always turned out different. While other animals in the forest painted flowers and sunsets just as they appeared, Mimi's canvases were filled with swirling patterns. Some laughed at her work. Others said she wasn't a real artist. But Mimi loved painting, and she wasn't about to give up her dream of one day being recognized as a true artist. Chapter 1. The Kitten with Big Dreams. From the moment Mimi could hold a paintbrush, she knew she wanted to be an artist. Growing up in the sunny corner of the forest, she was surrounded by beauty, the shimmering leaves, the playful streams, and the ever-changing sky. Her first painting was of a butterfly, but instead of capturing its delicate wings, Mimi had painted the feeling of the butterfly's flight. Her parents praised her enthusiasm, but exchanged puzzled looks. "Maybe she'll grow out of it," her mother said. But Mimi didn't grow out of it. She grew into it. Chapter 2. A Forest of Critics. Every year, the forest held an art contest leading up to the Grand Forest Art Exhibition. Animals of all kinds submitted their work, hoping for a chance to display their paintings in the prestigious event. Mimi decided this was her year. She spent weeks preparing her entry, a painting that captured the forest during a rainstorm. But instead of the usual dark clouds and raindrops, Mimi's painting was a whirlwind of silver and blue, with streaks of yellow lightning that looked like they were dancing. When she showed her painting to her friends, their reactions weren't what she'd hoped for. "It's interesting," said Bella the squirrel, tilting her head. "It doesn't look like a storm at all," added Oscar the owl. "Are you sure you want to submit it?" Mimi's heart sank, but she nodded firmly. "This is how I see the storm, and I want to share it." Chapter 3. Doubts and Determination. As the submission day approached, Mimi couldn't help but feel a twinge of doubt. What if the judges laughed at her painting? What if they didn't even consider it art? One evening, as she sat by the stream with her brushes, an old turtle named Theo approached her. Theo was the most respected artist in the forest, known for his serene landscapes. "Why the long face, little one?" he asked. Mimi hesitated, but eventually told him about her fears. Theo listened carefully, then smiled. "Do you know why I started painting?" he asked. Mimi shook her head. "I wanted to show others how I see the world. Not how they see it, but how I see it. Art is about sharing your vision, Mimi. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." Mimi felt a spark of hope reignite in her chest. Chapter 4. The Submission. On the day of the contest, Mimi walked into the forest hall with her painting clutched tightly in her paws. She saw other animals with their works, realistic depictions of flowers, trees, and sunsets. Mimi felt her courage waver. But then she remembered Theo's words. Taking a deep breath, she placed her painting on the submission table. Chapter 5. A Surprising Outcome. When the day of the exhibition arrived, Mimi nervously made her way to the gallery. The hall was bustling with animals, all chattering and admiring the artwork on display. Mimi's painting was hung in a corner, and she felt a pang of disappointment that it wasn't in the center like some of the others. But as she watched, something amazing happened. A group of young rabbits stopped in front of her painting. "It looks like how rain feels," one of them exclaimed. "I love the colors," said another. Mimi's heart soared. Soon, more animals gathered around her painting, pointing out details and marveling at her unique style. Chapter 6: Recognition and Growth. As the day went on, Mimi received more compliments than she'd ever imagined. Even the judges praised her work, commending her for her originality and courage. One of the judges, a fox named Luna, approached her. "Your painting isn't just beautiful, it's alive," she said. "Would you like to apprentice with me? I'd love to help you explore your talent further." Mimi could hardly believe her ears. She eagerly accepted the offer, and from that day forward, she threw herself into her art with even more passion. Chapter 7: A Star in the Forest. Over the years, Mimi became one of the most celebrated artists in the forest. Her works inspired others to see the world in new and imaginative ways. Mimi's dream had come true, not because she painted like everyone else, but because she painted like herself. Epilogue. At the next forest art exhibition, a new young artist approached Mimi with a painting full of swirls and bright colors. "It's different," the young bird said nervously. "Do you think anyone will like it?" Mimi smiled and placed a paw on the young artist's shoulder. "If it's how you see the world, then it's perfect." And with that, the cycle of inspiration continued. Ricky, a small mouse with a big imagination, lived in the heart of a lively forest. While other animals played and foraged, Ricky spent his days tinkering with scraps of metal, wood and vines, dreaming of creating something extraordinary. Though his inventions often ended in amusing failures, Ricky's determination never wavered. Ricky's fascination with machines began as a young mouse when he stumbled upon an old, broken, wind-up toy discarded by humans. Intrigued by its gears and springs, he spent weeks studying it, trying to understand how it worked. Though he couldn't fix it, the experience sparked a passion for invention. The forest was a bustling place, with animals working hard to gather food and prepare for changing seasons. Ricky often watched squirrels climbing trees to collect nuts, or birds flying long distances to bring back berries. There must be an easier way, Ricky thought, deciding to invent something to simplify life. Ricky's first invention was a nut-cracking machine. Using twigs, rocks, and vines, he built a contraption that he believed would save the squirrels time. However, when he demonstrated it, the machine shattered a nut with such force that pieces flew everywhere, causing chaos among the onlookers. Determined to improve, Ricky set up a small workshop in a hollow log. Days turned into weeks as he worked on various ideas: a water carrier for frogs, a berry picker for birds, and even a hammock builder for raccoons. Each attempt ended in failure, but Ricky kept a notebook to record his learnings. One day, Ricky overheard a group of animals complaining about how exhausting it was to gather fruits during harvest season. Ricky's eyes lit up. What if I could create a machine that gathers fruit automatically? He thought. He sketched out a design for the auto harvester, a machine to pick fruits. Ricky scoured the forest for materials, collecting strong twigs for the frame, sticky sap for adhesive, and feathers for padding. His friends, including Beatrice the owl and Hazel the chipmunk, offered their help. Hazel tied vines to create flexible joints, while Beatrice helped Ricky refine the design. The big day arrived, and animals from all over the forest gathered to watch the unveiling of the auto-harvester. Ricky's paws trembled as he activated the machine. With a hum and a whir, the device sprang to life, climbing a tree with ease. It picked fruits carefully, placing them in a woven basket. Determined to perfect his invention, Ricky analyzed the problem and reinforced the machine's frame with sturdier materials. He added a balancing mechanism to prevent it from tipping and included a safety feature to stop it from climbing unstable branches. Ricky rebuilt the auto-harvester with his friends' support. The second demonstration was a triumph. The auto-harvester worked flawlessly, climbing trees, picking fruits, and delivering them safely. Animals were amazed at how much time and effort it saved. "This is incredible, Ricky!" Hazel exclaimed, as baskets filled with fresh fruits in record time. As the seasons passed, Ricky's reputation as an inventor grew. Animals who once doubted him now admired his creativity and perseverance. Ricky didn't stop at the auto-harvester. He continued inventing, always looking for ways to make life better for his friends. His dream of creating something meaningful had come true. Ricky's story became a legend in the forest, inspiring young animals to pursue their dreams and embrace creativity. The auto-harvester stood as a symbol of what could be achieved through hard work and collaboration. Though Ricky's inventions started with humble beginnings, they left a lasting impact. If you like our stories, please like, subscribe, and turn on the little bell so you won't miss exciting stories every day. You are also welcome to share it with family and friends to listen to the story together. Love you.